Welcome to our podcast on web development. I'm Aisha, and today we're discussing an important topic for aspiring developers: key questions to ask before creating a single-page website.
That's right, Aisha. I'm Jamal, and we'll be exploring 6 crucial questions developers should consider before diving into single-page website development. Let's start with the first and most fundamental question. When do you actually need a single-page website?
Great question, Jamal. Single-page websites are ideal for specific scenarios. They're perfect for personal websites with minimal content, small businesses like cafes or art galleries with few products, or for launching focused campaigns. They're also excellent for event pages, like weddings or ceremonies, as well as for freelancers creating online resumes to showcase their skills.
Absolutely. Once you've determined that a single-page website is appropriate, the next question to consider is, how should you design the layout?
When it comes to layout design for single-page websites, simplicity is key. Since you have limited space to impress your audience, focus on the main content and present it in a logical, easy-to-navigate design. It's crucial to ensure that the site is responsive and cross-browser compatible, even that users may access it from various devices and browsers.
That's a great point, Aisha. Moving on to our third question, how should you plan the site's content?
Content planning is critical for single-page websites. Divide the page into distinct sections with individual headings. A good practice is to include a navigation bar with section headers, allowing users to jump to specific content easily. To enhance user experience, consider adding a back-to-top button and a fixed header for easy navigation.
Excellent advice. Now, let's address our fourth question. How should you use media elements in your single-page website?
Media elements are crucial for engaging your audience, Jamal. Incorporate high-quality, relevant photos that reflect your site's purpose and brand. Consider using image carousels with captions to showcase products or services. Video content can also be highly effective, as many users spend significant time watching videos online. The key is to use media that enhances your message without overwhelming the user.
That's spot on, Aisha. Our fifth question delves into a more technical aspect. How do you target different browsers and user zones?
This is a critical consideration, Jamal. Cross-browser testing is essential before launching your website. If you're targeting a local or general audience, focusing on the 4 major browsers, Chrome, Firefox, IE, and Safari, is usually sufficient. However, for a global audience, you'll need to research browser preferences in specific regions. Utilize cloud platforms like Lambda Test for comprehensive cross-browser compatibility testing.
Excellent point about global considerations. Now for our final and 6th question. How do you ensure the security of your single-page website?
Security should be a top priority, especially if your site handles sensitive data like user messages or email details. The best practice is to secure your website by purchasing an SSL certificate and enabling HTTPS. SSL certificates create a safe connection between the server and the client, significantly enhancing your site's security.
That's crucial information, Aisha. To wrap up, let's quickly recap the 6 key questions we've discussed. When do you need a single-page website? How should you design the layout? How do you plan the content? How should you use media elements? How do you target different browsers and user zones? And finally, how do you ensure website security?
Excellent summary, Jamal. Remember, these are just the foundational questions to consider. As you delve deeper into development, you'll encounter more specific considerations, like choosing between dynamic or static content, focusing on user experience, and selecting the right SSL certificate.
Absolutely, Aisha. We hope this discussion has provided valuable insights for our listeners who are considering developing a single-page website. Remember, thorough planning and consideration of these key questions can significantly impact the success of your web development project.
Thank you for tuning into our podcast. We encourage our listeners to start their web development journey armed with this knowledge. If you have any questions or special advice for creating single-page websites, feel free to reach out to us. Until next time, happy coding!